Hey guys, today I'm sharing something a little bit different. I asked you guys over on Instagram if this is something you would be interested in, and it was a definite yes. So I am sharing my meal plan for the month of October with you. If this is something that you're interested in seeing month to month, give this video a thumbs up and let's get started. So first things first, I have to label the month of October, and then I go through and I fill out any days that I know we will not be eating at home, or I at least will not be cooking. So the 10th is my birthday, the 13th is John's birthday. I knew that we had some plans with John's family on the 1st of the month, and then there were some other dates that I remembered as I was going through and meal planning. Next, I fill in all of the things that are always consistently on our meal plan. So Wednesdays happen to be the busiest day of the week for us right now. John is just getting home at dinner time with the boys, and I am just heading out at dinner time with Isabella for dance, and we have just so much going on Wednesdays. So oftentimes we are either cramming a quick dinner in together, or I'm cooking or preparing something ahead of time and John is actually baking it, and then Bella and I are eating later, or we go out with one of the other families from dance or something like that. So things super easy: French toast casserole, ham and cheese sliders, chicken salad sandwiches, meaning that earlier that week I will be roasting chicken. And then I fill in our every Friday pizza and movie night, which is something that the kids absolutely love. Maybe once throughout the month we will actually order a pizza out, but for the most part that is my homemade pizza recipe, which I will throw up here in the corner. And then on Thursday is mine and John's date night. Most often we go out to dinner, but every so often we choose to either order in or just eat leftovers and watch a movie if neither one of us are feeling like getting dressed up to go out. After I fill in all of our commitments for the month and then our usuals, I start to go through the list and try to counterbalance some recipes and make sure that I have at least a couple of meatless or heavy on the veggie side type of recipes. I just like to keep things even as far as that goes. That's just personal preference. It keeps us feeling good and helps cut down on a large family grocery budget, to be honest with you. Then from there, after I make sure that I have a couple of meatless or heavy veggie options, I go through and I start filling in anything else that has been requested or that I'm really wanting to make for that month. So I've got stuff like pumpkin sausage pasta, we've got a teriyaki chicken bake, stuffed cabbage. That's something that we haven't had in a long time, feels very fall for us. Some crock pot Mongolian beef, and so forth and so on. And I will put my entire month's meal plan along with any recipes that are available on my blog. So I'm going to put the link to that in the description box below. I almost forgot to mention that I always leave Sundays blank on the calendar because on Sundays I like to take a little bit longer to spend some time in the kitchen and just get creative. I really enjoy cooking when I'm not under a time restraint, and so on Sundays I do a nice dinner. We always do dessert. We have a family game night, so I like to give myself the freedom to try out a new recipe that I found or something that we're really wanting to have as a family on Sunday. So I don't plan that out ahead of time. I wait until the week of when I'm grocery shopping. So for example, this last week we had Italian beef and we did homemade ice cream. This upcoming Sunday, I found a recipe for sausage stuffed acorn squash, which sounded so good, and the kids have been begging for another apple pie since we read How to Make an Apple Pie and See the World. So I think that's what's on the menu this coming week. But as for the rest of the month, we will see when we get there. From there, I start planning our lunches. So I meal prep for my husband and I for the most part. Every so often, we just have a week where I don't feel like doing that, or I know that we're gonna have some leftovers, and then just keep it really simple and do a snacky lunch or do leftovers. But for the most part, I just write down the main course of the meal prep. When it gets to the week of and I'm actually making my grocery list is when I fill in all the side dishes for our dinners and our lunches and all that stuff. So then the kids generally either have leftovers from dinner the night before with a bunch of fresh fruit and veggies thrown in, or what I've started to do for them is I'm actually packing some of their lunches the night before as well, because I noticed that when we're doing school, some of them tend to want to eat a little earlier, some of them tend to want to eat a little later, some of them are really wanting to finish a lesson or finish a book before they eat. So it's actually been a lot easier to do packed lunches for them lately. So I don't usually fill in their lunches just because what they want is just different every week, and what I tend to do is just open the fridge and put something together the night before. Breakfast is the pain of my existence. I hate cooking breakfast. John has always been the breakfast cook, so breakfast is just a rotation of a bunch of different super easy things. I do make smoothies for them though a couple of times a week to go along with whatever other easy breakfast they are having, and that's it. I just kind of go round and around and try to not tire out on a couple of the different breakfast things. Like, we're not having toast every single day. I try to space it out. And then on Saturdays, I usually cook something that's a little more fun and it's a little bit later, like pushing 8 instead of 6:30. So that's also helpful when it comes to preparing a breakfast. I also just wanted to show you inside of my meal planner. Inside here is a little dry erase weekly menu. So that's where I will go in and kind of fill in all of the sides and the veggies specifically for when I'm making my grocery list. So there's that. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hop on over to that blog post and check out some of these recipes if you are interested in them. Let me know in the comments below what is on your menu for the month of October. I am always looking for some new ideas. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.